I know a little boy who loves trains. He loves to look at trains and he loves to be on trains. And his great grandfather used to love trains as well. I've been on trains and I've enjoyed them, but I'm not as crazy about them as some of the kids I know. So for tonight, for the little boy that loves trains, Two Little Trains by Margaret Wise Brown. She's a very famous author for children's books. Two little trains went down the track. Two little trains went west. Puff, 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 said one. Chug, 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 said the other. Two little trains to the west. One little train was a streamlined train and went puff, puff, puff to the west. Another little train was a little old train that went chug, chug, chug going west. Look down that long steel track to the west. Two little trains came to a hill, a mountainous hill to the west. Puff, puff, puff. With a puff and a chug, they went right through under the hill to the west. Look through that long dark hill. Puff, 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 that long dark hill to the west. Chug, chug, chug. Two little trains came to a river going west. Puff, 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 chug, chug, chug. They went over the river to the west. Look down below the bridge at the steep, dark river going west. Puff, 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 chug, chug, chug. Chugga, 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 chugga. Puffa, 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 puffa. The rain came down on the two little trains going west, and it made them darker and wet and shiny as they went on their way to the west. The snow came down and covered the ground in the two little trains going west, and they got white and furry, and still in a hurry they puffed and chugged to the west. The moon shone down on a gleaming track, and the two little trains going west, and they hurried along and heard the song of an old man singing to the west. look down that long steel track where you and I must go. That long steel track and strong crossbars before we travel home. The wind it blew and the dust it flew around the two little trains going west. But the dust storm drew not a toot or a whoo or a whistle from the trains going west. Then the mountains came beyond the plain, and the train started climbing west. Up and around and over and through the great high mountains to the west. The ocean was big, the ocean was blue, beyond the land in the west. And the little train stopped. Their trip was through. With the puff, 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 and a chug, chug, chugga, chugga, chugga. Their journey was through. They had come to the edge of the west. Do you know why the sun is there? Because the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So the train was chasing the sun, rising and setting all the time. Hope you enjoyed Two Little Trains by Margaret Wise Brown.